Alright guys, in this video we're going to be taking a couple of minutes to go over what I think is a pretty interesting post that I discovered on the Reset Era forums, where an individual is letting us know what I think is a pretty prominent fact about PlayStation currently, that depending on how you view it, you may feel differently about this fact. And this individual ended up causing a bit of conversation, a bit of back and forth, because again, people are looking at it, I think, from different angles and they're viewing it differently. And I wanted to not only present this fact to you guys and let you know that this is how it currently stands with PlayStation, but I also want to explain why, to me, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting, I think. So before we dive into this, do me a favor, hit the like button to help the video out and show your support. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. But we're heading over to this post here, and it comes from Paul Dino, where he says, MLB The Show 22 released today, and it was the last of Sony's first-party games with a scheduled release date. From now on, they don't have a single game set to release in the coming months. Yes, we have God of War Ragnarok, which is anticipated for a 2022 release, but they haven't committed to an official release window yet, and you can't even pre-order the game. The only other first-party game officially announced with a generic 2023 release is Spider-Man 2, but we basically know nothing about the project and their plans for release. Is this the first time this has ever happened with Sony? I actually can't remember an instance where they went into a new fiscal year without a single first-party game officially set to release in the coming months, or at least with a defined release window. And so, as I pointed out, what he is saying here is a fact. This is a fact. There's no denying that this is the position that PlayStation is currently in. But the reason why some people were getting a bit defensive and a bit, I guess you could even say, annoyed with this person's post is because they're quick to point out the position that Sony is currently in on a day where they release a first-party title, which is, well, now they have nothing lined up. We don't have any release dates. We don't have any new games announced. We don't have any, we have nothing set in stone. And, some people are maybe taking this as they're trying to paint PlayStation in a bad light here. And a lot of people are pointing out that Sony has been absolutely just doing a phenomenal job with releasing quality content on a steady basis, not even since the PS5 launched, but even before that with the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. They've just been doing a great job ensuring that if you're a PlayStation fan, if you're somebody who invested in the PlayStation console, you're going to have a lot of different games to look forward to all throughout the year, not just at one point during the year. And you're not going to have to wait, long extended periods of time between releases. And even just recently, the first quarter of this year, of 2022, Sony's released Sifu, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Ghostwire Tokyo, and now MLB The Show. And there's no denying, and there's also the Uncharted collection as well. There's no denying that Sony has been on fire. Absolutely. And it's been really surprising to me, because you would think that after so many years of just having consistent quality release after consistent quality release, there's going to have to be, a point in time where they just hit a brick wall, or they slip up, or they make a mistake. And that hasn't happened yet. And as far as I'm concerned, 2021 was solid for Sony. They had a lot of quality content releasing over the course of many months. And the only time last year that they didn't really have anything was for November and December. But, that was a 2-month period, which, all things considered, is really not that bad. They did a great job in 2020, obviously. So, and as I said, even before that, they've just been really on point with this. So I feel the need to point this out, because it's not necessarily to defend PlayStation. Because again, I don't look at what this person's saying as a bad thing. I don't. If somebody were to say, Sony doesn't have anything ready to go, they don't have anything with the release date, they don't have anything lined up, that doesn't actually bother me. And the reason for that is because, well, then I guess that only means one thing, right? That they're getting ready to show us more, to show us what they've been working on, what their first-party studios have been working on behind the scenes for the past couple of years. Because I've been saying that, we've been just hearing rumor after rumor after rumor about this game from Sony Studios, about that game from Sony Studios, about these 3 other projects that are apparently in the works, and Sony has yet to officially or formally acknowledge any of them. As he points out, we know about God of War Ragnarok, and I have no doubt that we're going to begin to hear more about that in the coming months, and we're going to get a release date. They'll probably be coming out this year during the summer, or maybe, later towards the holiday season potentially. And when it comes to Spider-Man 2, yeah, I mean, it's true. We don't really know anything other than the fact that it's targeting a 2023 release. Outside of that, outside of Wolverine, I don't think we're even counting Wolverine, because we know that that's a ways off. We know that that's probably a 2024 game at the earliest. And then we have Knights of the Old Republic remake. Outside of that, I mean, there's Forspoken, but that's a third-party exclusive that was supposed to come out next month. It got delayed. We really don't know anything. And I guess I'm unsure of how anybody could frame this as a bad thing. And I don't, to be honest, I don't think many people are. But, it's the internet. You're going to see people trying to turn it into something it's not. But I put out this tweet that I think does a pretty good job kind of summing up, how I feel about this currently. I said, fact number 1, Sony has done a phenomenal job releasing quality games at a consistent rate since the launch of the PS5. Fact number 2, Sony currently doesn't have any first-party games scheduled to release. Fact number 3, this is great news because they are about to reveal a crap ton of games. And that's why I'm excited. And before that, people were getting a little bit defensive over what I said, because I was explaining that, to me, this is why I don't think it's wishful thinking. I don't think it's far-fetched. I don't think you're setting yourself up for disappointment if you are expecting Sony to have some type of big PlayStation 5 game showcase. I don't think that at all. It's actually necessary. It is 100% entirely necessary. And I think where some people maybe were misinterpreting what I was saying there is they're assuming that I'm saying Sony needs to do it right now. Like, Sony, you better have a showcase lined up next week, because if you don't, it ain't looking too good. No, I mean, obviously I'm eager to learn more about what PlayStation Studios is working on. I think I speak for all PlayStation fans when I say that. Of course, we're all eager to learn what they're cooking behind the curtain, and we want to know, like, what can we expect? Of course. And if we could learn about it tomorrow, I don't think anybody would be against that. But it's not necessarily that Sony needs to rush. Sony is in a position where they had like a plan, it seems, for, okay, this is the release schedule for 2020, and then this is what the release schedule is going to look like for 2021, and then this is what the first quarter of 2022 is going to look like. And by the time we get to the end of our fiscal year, we're going to pretty much have nothing. So what this does is it creates a blank slate. And I think that this is what makes it so exciting, is because Sony basically has a blank slate right now. It means we can expect pretty much anything. We can expect a lot, I think. I think we can expect Sony to show a lot of new stuff, a lot of stuff that's been rumored finally getting revealed, and I don't even know that I count God of War Ragnarok within that, or even Spider-Man 2, because, I mean, yeah, we did get the official announcement of Spider-Man 2, but, like, did anybody think we weren't going to get Spider-Man 2? Like, the only real surprise announcements to me that we got pretty much in the past year, or the past year and a half, were the announcements of the Wolverine game from Insomniac and Knights of the Old Republic. And outside of that, there really hasn't been anything that surprising. The only thing that is surprising is the amount of games rumored to be in development. And this is why I'm excited, because it may not be this month. Sony may not do a showcase this month. They may not feel the need to. They may not do it in May either. They might wait till June. I think it's a little unrealistic that they're going to wait later than June, only because, again, we don't really know much. And Sony doesn't have anything lined up for this month, for May, for June. So it would make a lot of sense where, this is the time now. We are in the quarter where this is where Sony's they're gonna let loose, and they're gonna make some waves, because they're gonna set up the next year and a half, and it's gonna be a big year and a big year and a half. That I don't doubt at all. So you know, when I read something like this, yeah, I think it's worth pointing out that, look, Sony's been doing a great job. They've been absolutely killing it, and I don't think anybody can deny that. But I think that that's exactly what they're going to continue to do. And the only thing we're pretty much waiting for right now is for them to kind of ring the bell and be like, all right, guys, you know, we've released games consistently. We've shown you a lot of games, and now we've run out. We've released all the games. So the only thing that's left to do is show you more games, show you new games, and get you excited for the next year and a half. That's how I see this. So yeah, I just wanted to, you know, take a little bit of time here to go over this because I thought it was interesting. I think it creates an interesting conversation, and I think, if anything, I don't know what their intent was. Like, if their intent was to make it seem like Sony's in a bad position or that PlayStation fans should be concerned. Again, I don't know that that's what they were trying to do, but if it was, that's not what I'm getting from this, man. What I'm getting from this is pretty exciting. This is pretty exciting. We got some really good stuff to look forward to, I think, in the coming weeks. I'm not even going to say months. I'm going to say weeks at this point. I think we got some really exciting stuff to look forward to. Could be wrong about that, and I know that, you know, people don't want to set themselves up for disappointment, but this fact, this is where I'm going to end the video. This fact, the fact that Sony has literally no release dates or any first-party games, and we only know about 2 first-party games within the next year and a half. That tells you everything you need to know, in my opinion. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Again, leave it a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.